Okay. Hello, romance. Ashley Collins, aka The Alto Dragons. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. So my best friend introduced me to this podcast, and the title of it is "Why Won't You Date Me?" Which I thought was, it's a really fun, quirky title, So I always find that so interesting. I always wonder like how people come up with their podcast names, like this past weekend or congratulations. I'm always like, did they really sit down long and hard to think about it, or did they just put two words together? They're like tiger belly. That's it. Okay. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. So I was thinking to myself yesterday, would I date myself? No, that's a lie. I lied to you. One of my online friends, he asked me this like survey of questions, and as I'm answering them, I thought to myself, would I date me? Long story short, no, I wouldn't. Why do you say that? I think that I don't know if I like this braid. I think I'm gonna take it out. Okay, sorry. That has nothing to do with anything. That wasn't important. Sorry, I wasted your 2 seconds. Okay, so the reason why I say that I wouldn't date myself if I were to date me is if you look at me like on paper, I'm not a viable candidate to meet your mother, right? I think I would take myself out on a couple of dates. I would like have fun. I like to think, biased point of view, but I like to think that I'm really fun to hang around, So like I'd be like a cool like girl best friend, but when it comes to like I said, meeting the mom, I wouldn't, take that giant leap so far. Um what what makes someone a viable dating candidate? For me, when I date, I always like to think long term. I don't like doing like the just messing around thing. Primarily because I'm in my 30s. In my 20s, if I was in my 20s, yeah, sure, I would, go around, I guess, and sleep with the town, which is what people are doing. But for me, someone long term is someone who is financially stable, someone who knows how to handle money. Especially the fact that I know I don't, so like we have to balance each other out there. Someone who's intelligent. I feel like I have to say that out loud. Um, someone who I can actually have a conversation with, and we can keep the conversation going, and it won't lead to a petty argument. Um, yeah, I think that you never really on dating shows or whatever, or like when you listen to podcasts or when you watch movies, whatever, you don't really hear people say out loud, am I a good candidate? Am I worthy of someone spending their time to fall in love with? You know? Um, and I think that's a good self-reflective question that you should ask yourself before you throw yourself out there, onto the dating world. Like, would you want your best friends to meet this person that you're dating? I just smiled thinking about something. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Um, um. Also, I don't. How would I rate myself? How would you rate yourself on the physical thing? I don't find myself very attractive. I don't find myself very unique looking either, though. Um, I don't think that I have a lot of, other than my body. I don't think I have a lot of African American features. Um, you know what I'm talking about. That's not racist to say. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like the bigger lips. I have the curves, but I don't have the facial features that makes me stand out. That would make me yeah. Um, I think I look odd. Um, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Um, um, um. See other page. So the friend that asked me to do the survey, they gave me my results, and they said that I need work. And when I read that, it made me really distressed because I'm like, okay, how much longer do I have to work on myself? because it seems like not fair. Because I'm honestly, sincerely trying my best with the very limited resources that I have in the environment that I'm in. I'm seriously trying the best that I can, and it sucks to think that your best isn't good enough. And what I really, really wanted to talk about was how to forgive. Um, as I'm taking this leap again at this relationship, whatever you want to call it, um, I haven't. No, I did apologize. I did apologize to him because I do sincerely want this to work, and I can't stop thinking in the back of my mind, does he have a little bit of resentment towards me, especially considering um yesterday was a great day ish. I got to hang out with my best friend, who I see her like once a year. I got to hang out with him, and I found all of these people were trying to ruin my day. And I feel like I finally found my smile again, and people keep trying to rip it away. And it's like, God, can you just give me 24 hours, please? Just give me 24 hours to be happy. My aunt was getting on my nerves. My brother pissed me off. I made one of my friends mad because I got his ex-wife mad at him. But I'm like, all these outside voices. I'm like, how is any of this my problem? Why is this my fault? I feel like even at such a young age, everyone's been trying their best to try to make me feel like shit about myself. And it's like, it's not very hard because I already hate myself. So it's not hard to make me feel like shit. But yesterday I was just not having, because, I'm like, you know what? None of this is my problem. You all are so good at making me feel shitty. And you wonder why I cannot forgive you. When my sister got ill, I didn't know that until later that they blamed me for her getting sick. Because apparently I knew something. And even now I'm like, why would you blame me? Why would you blame a kid? Because now my trust for you was gone. Now I have this nasty taste in my mouth, this ickiness where it's like, you still think that I'm the reason that she's in a wheelchair. That me. It's not her fault at all. Now when I ask for assistance, especially with this issue that happened with me, I remember thinking to myself, God, I just wish someone could just sit with me and no one ask any questions. I wish that I had a family member here with me. I wish I had someone to hold my hand, but I don't. My best friend was talking about how she and her family went on vacation, and I was listening. I was present with her. I was present listening, but I couldn't stop thinking in the back of my mind, God, I wish my family could fucking do that. I wish that we could go on family vacation together and it not result in a fight. I look at these images of people online and I'm like, God, I wish that we could go to church together like that. We could take family portraits with each other like that. And like I said, and not end up in a fight with us arguing about something that doesn't even matter. And I know that holding on to, what's the word I'm looking for? I know that holding on to past memories, that, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? God, it's not regret. It's not regret. Whatever. I know that holding on to dark memories can also save your life. Because it's like, you have to learn that lesson of not putting your hand on the stove, right? But I should feel safe around my family. I shouldn't feel like I'm putting my hand on a hot stove whenever I communicate with my family. I shouldn't have to tiptoe across words because I'm a fucking adult. I shouldn't have to beg when I need assistance. I shouldn't have to beg to not be at home with my family because I just need a peace of mind. And without you asking questions. And I know that with this whole fucking COVID thing, I know that sometimes you have to ask questions, but it's like, can you trust me, please? Can you trust me when I say that what's wrong with me right now is not COVID, but I just need a space to breathe because I cannot breathe in this house. And I know that I know that that they're getting old. And I know that at any time they can pass. I know that. And it's because they're just old. It has nothing to do with shootings or COVID. That's what happens as you get older. And I know that I don't want to have to regret saying that I should have said I love you more often. I should have, because I know that I'm a shitty family member. I know that. I'm an awful sister. I'm an awful aunt. I'm a shitty daughter. I'm a terrible cousin. I don't know when any of my cousins' birthdays are. I don't know when my niece and nephew's birthdays are. And I know that it's not too late to try to make it better. And I know it sounds awful when I say that I don't want to. I don't want to make it better. But I know that I should. Because I know that if I'm going to throw myself out there again in the dating world, that I can't hold on to this. I'm glad that I don't have a baby. Because I'd be a terrible mom. Because I'd look at them and be like, you have a little bit of my mom in you. You have a little bit of my aunt in you. And how can I love you if you do? Which sounds terrible. How long are you going to hold on to this? To this hate in your heart? I don't know, man. I try to ignore it. Like I said, I want to be happy. Especially since I didn't feel so well the past 2 months. I'm ready to go back to my old happy self. But like I said, I just really, really wish someone was there with me to hold my hand when I was in so much fucking pain. But I kept it to myself. And I always feel like I have to keep shit to myself. Because no one cares. No one will listen. And that's my cue to go because my sister is yelling. There's only so much yelling I can listen to. Why is forgiveness important? Why does it even matter? Can you just ignore it? How will forgiving someone or not ruin your day? I was listening to Lex Friedman the other day, and he asked Bobby Lee a question. He said, would you rather lose all of your old memories or not be able to make new ones? I wouldn't mind letting go of all my old memories. I'd like to delete them all. Because there are some really ugly ones that I'd like to not remember ever again. And I wish I could fight in my family about that. But I think they'd be like, well, it's time to get over it. You're too old now to be holding on to those feelings. And they're right. They're right. They're right. Grudge. Why do we hold on to grudges? Because like I said, it's to keep you safe. But like I said, I don't like the fact that I don't feel safe around my family. I don't like the fact that I don't feel safe around certain men. I don't like the fact that I don't feel safe around certain women. Because I'm like, God, what are you going to try to do to sabotage my job now? What are you going to try to do to sabotage my life? I'll leave you with this quote. I feel like I didn't provide you anything. I apologize. The price of something is only worth the amount of time you're willing to exchange for it. We're all just burning candles, right? So how are you burning your candle? Are you living in the moment, or are you continuing to live in the past because you're worried that that when they smile at you, that maybe in the back of their mind they secretly hate you, or they don't find you attractive, or they don't want you around. I hate being so skeptical of people. I hate this feeling of not being able to trust people. And like I said, I know that later in life I'm going to regret holding on to these feelings, or maybe it will save my life. Maybe. Um, I hope that whoever you're holding I hope that whoever the grudge that you're holding towards, what am I trying to say? I hope that whatever dark feelings that you're holding on to, that it doesn't sabotage your day, that it doesn't sabotage your relationships with people. Because I know that eventually we all want to say the L word and we want to hear it back, and we don't want to be like, I don't believe you. My old manager, I made him mad because he said, why don't you believe that there are people who care about you? I don't know. I don't know. I want to believe that there are people that out there who do care about me. I do. I really do. And I gotta go. I like my makeup today. I gotta go. Bye. Plus, I gotta walk to the bus. Bye.